Hey guys, welcome back to the A&E podcast. I'm Brenna.
I'm Jack.
And today we're going to do a little talk on the musical that we just did. So this is Xavier. Xavier, do you want to tell us who you were in the musical?
I was Pastor Bruno, Officer Kowalski, and I think Gretchen's dad. Audrey was Gretchen.
You were Hannah. Hannah's dad.
Hannah's dad.
For those who don't know, we did Freaky Friday this past weekend. And Xavier, you've never done, you did middle school.
Yeah, other than middle school, yeah, I only did Lion King.
Lion King Jr. Do you want to tell the people what you were in Lion King Jr.?
I was Pumbaa in Lion King Jr. Yeah.
It was quite the show.
The best there ever was.
Yes. So, how did you decide that you wanted to, do the musical this year?
So, honestly, I'm not going to lie. It was audition night. Did not have that packet signed. And I was like, you know what? I guess I'll audition for the musical. Because I was getting ready to leave after lifting. So I was like, you know what? I'll stay here and audition.
That's very High School Musical of you.
What was your favorite part of the process leading up? Not the favorite part of the musical, just the favorite part of rehearsals leading up.
Before Tech Week?
Yes, pretty much.
Honestly, my favorite part was doing choreography. That was really fun.
Then favorite part of Tech Week?
The end of Tech Week.
Tech Week is bad.
That's fair.
Honestly, it wasn't that bad. Considering I did did band camp and heat acclimation for football. It wasn't that it was tiring. It was just a lot.
A lot of stress.
And I wouldn't say stressful. Just a lot of being around you guys a lot.
It is a lot of. You see a lot of the same people for a lot of the day.
And 13 hours. And it was
a lot.
Listen, I love you guys, but not that much.
Not that much. Yeah, I get that.
That's fair.
What was your favorite line that you had in the show?
I don't know. Well, my line, one of my favorite lines is, what was it? I'm thinking. I forgot.
Okay,
all my lines.
We'll broaden it out. What was your favorite scene that you were in and your favorite scene in general?
Oh, my favorite scene that I was in? Busted. I love
Really?
when Audrey was thinking that I was hot for that au pair. I love that line.
Nobody laughed.
I know, that hurt my feelings.
That was the best line.
But other than that, probably Bring My Baby Home. That scene.
Bring My Baby Home is so good.
I think every night people progressively found it more funny. It is.
When you get 3 grown men on stage dancing like you're and singing into inanimate kitchen objects, it's not funny.
Yeah.
Since this is your second musical of all time, what is your just perspective on the whole musical scene at this school in general? From you're not an outsider, you're new to this.
Yeah. I actually, during Mamma Mia last year, a lot of people thought musical was weird and that everyone was weird, but then going into it, I was finally seeing what it's behind the scenes. It's a lot of work, really a lot of work, and I feel not a lot of people really appreciate how much work that we all put in. And a lot of it goes unnoticed, just going to school and then Tech Week, staying here till 9 p.m. and for some people just to show up to the show and be like, it was mid.
Yeah.
I loved it.
What if you weren't the characters that you were in the show? Who would have been your dream role and why? And it can be boy or girl.
Dream role. I would say probably Parker. I feel being in if Hunter was still Adam, I think me, Carson, and Hunter would be a realistically good friend group.
Yeah, that would be I would have been interested to see that.
It's fun to make a dead frog dance.
Stand on a table.
Oh, that table would have had to be sturdy.
Those tables were scary. Hunter almost fell on me at one point. What was the hardest song you had to learn to sing?
Oh, biology, by far. It wasn't that it was hard to learn, it was just hard to get up there in those notes because in choir, I'm a bass 2, but I had
the lowest of the low notes.
I had to hit tenor 2 notes. And now I think my range has expanded from tenor 2 to bass 2. And Mrs. Giss has talked about putting me on tenor 2 for this concert.
Oh, nice.
That's impressive.
And
So
sad.
So obviously you're a senior this year. meaning you graduate in 2.5 months.
Yes, freedom.
Do you think that when you go off to college that you're going to continue in like the music department with like theater being like doing drama, doing musicals and plays in college? Because I know IUP has like a decent theater department.
I would honestly love to do a play rather than a musical. I feel like the singing part is fun, but I feel like that's really hard. But like personally, I feel like I am good at acting. That's for like personal preference, like personal thing. I think I'm good at that better than singing
I think you're good at both.
and dancing.
He's a very good dancer. For those who don't know,
Graceful.
Do you wanna give us a demonstration?
No, this is a podcast.
We'll insert a clip. All right.
What would you say to someone who, how do I word this? I'm
Doesn't
just gonna cut half this
necessarily-
out.
Is on the fence about doing something.
Yeah, what would
Yeah.
you say to someone who's on the fence about doing anything like music related or drama related for like the play next year?
Okay. Honestly, I would just do it. It's a lot of fun, and I was very on the fence of not doing the musical this year, but I decided to do it, and I had so much fun, and I made a lot of memories that will hopefully last a lifetime. Shout out to Alzheimer's.
Oh.
We're gonna cut that part.
Yeah.
All
That's why
right.
I paused after that. Like, pause
Love
after.
you, Xavier.
Thank you. All right.
Thanks.
Thanks, Xavier.
Insert Grace. Thank you, cousin.
Hey guys, welcome back to the A&E podcast. I'm Brenna,
I'm Jack.
and today we're here with
Hi, I'm Grace.
and Grace was a member of the Freaky Friday musical that we just did this past weekend. So, do you want to introduce yourself and your characters that you played?
Yeah, hi, I'm Grace. I was in the musical. I played Danielle, which is the reporter for Weddings Magazine, and impromptu played Senora O'Brien because Addison was supposed to play him, but he was not there. So
Rest in peace.
Sad.
He's
rest in
alive.
peace. Got some really awesome music though.
Yeah. What was your favorite role out of the two that you got to play?
Senora O'Brien probably because she got a piece of paper shoved in her mouth at the end of the song. And even though it never made it in my mouth, it kind of
Interesting.
just.
Savannah never committed.
Savannah never committed to throwing it in my mouth, so
She's
it actually
like,
kind of just
"Ugh."
hit me and then fell on the ground. So
Very anticlimactic.
Favorite song in the musical?
this may be biased, but What You Got because I'm in it, and also it's about cake, and also it's the best.
that's
It's the best
fair.
song. It's
It
the
was
best
a good song.
song.
I
What
won't say
is-
the best, but
It was one of the best. What was your favorite line that you had, but then also your favorite line in general?
My favorite line that I had was, I love 7-layer bars, even though I had never had a 7-layer bar. And then my favorite line in general is when Fletcher says womp womp.
That's fair.
That is a really good one.
Yeah.
How did you get involved with like the music department here?
Well, I joined band and choir in middle school, like 5th grade, and then I didn't really like it until like 7th or 8th grade, and then I was like, oh, actually, this is my career. So
This is actually how I want to spend my life.
Yeah, that's actually what I'm going to college for.
Really?
Yeah,
Didn't know that.
but theater is completely separate. Like I was in theater when I was little, and
Okay.
then I started doing more theater like right before high school, and I really enjoy it. So.
Nice. And you're she's a sophomore.
Oh yeah, I'm a
so-
sophomore. I'm 16.
She's a baby.
Okay.
Just got her permit.
Oh, ooh.
She's so cool.
Grace did that.
Anyway.
Anyway.
What would your like, if you weren't the characters that you were, and you could be any other character in the show, who would you be and why?
Fletcher.
That was
That's
quick.
valid.
He's a little boy, and also he gets to say womp womp.
Mommy likes
Like,
And he's
I
got
don't know.
puppet. He's
Yeah,
got
I
puppets.
say womp womp like all the
That's
time.
religious.
It's like trademark Grace.
It's a problem.
It is a problem.
She needs to
yeah.
be put down.
Whoa!
Well, okay. Yeah.
At least
Womp
that section. Grace needs to be stopped.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it. That's
Um,
Fletcher's my dream role.
That
What
checks
was,
out.
what was your favorite part of prepping for the musical?
I mean, I've always liked music rehearsals. Number one, because I like singing, and number two, because I don't have to dance during music rehearsals. Dancing is probably my least favorite part of
And yet she
all
wants
musicals, and yet I do it anyway. So,
And what was your favorite part of the week leading up to the musical?
oh, none of it. I really hate Tech Week, and it's not okay. Some people make it out to seem a lot worse than it is, but
This year wasn't bad.
This year, yeah.
Last year was rough.
Last year was rough. This year, I think the biggest issue was that nobody was sort of like encouraging each other. Like it was really just every man for himself, which I
Very
don't think is a
much.
great environment when you're like a cast in a musical. Like
Yeah.
you help each other, right? So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I agree with that. It was also very tense because Addison.
Yeah,
was-
Addison wasn't there. I was sick. Hunter was sick. It was not a good tech week, but it's also not the worst tech
It's
week.
not the worst I've experienced
Yeah.
either. What advice do you have to anyone who's like looking to join the theater department or like on the fence of auditioning for the play and musical next year?
Do it, and don't ask questions and
Do what you're told.
Yeah, do what you're told. No, actually, yeah. I highly encourage everyone to try it at least once, and if you don't like it, then you don't have to ever do it again. But like, it's a good experience, and I remember my first show, before I ever did my first musical, I was like really shy and like really quiet.
Really?
And yeah, exactly.
You're kidding.
Like,
You're
never-
joking.
I've-
That's a bit.
No, that's not a bit. I was completely like, I was shy and quiet before my first musical, and it really brought me out of my shell, like really brought me out of my shell.
If you know Grace in real life,
It's all because of theater.
she's
It's all their fault.
It's all their fault.
It's all SpongeBob the Musical's fault. So.
Freaking SpongeBob.
That's what you started with?
Well, yeah.
That explains
The
it.
first like
That
real
explains-
musical
that
that I did
explains
was
it.
SpongeBob.
Who were you?
Oh, I was an electric skate. I got to wear a black mullet wig and play electric guitar and scooter around on stage. So.
That
That's
that
fast.
So
explains
that
it.
is actually the way why I am the way that I am.
Awesome. Well,
Black mullet wig.
well, thanks for coming.
Yeah,
Of
Thanks
course.
for joining us and
Of
sharing
cool.
your experience.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.